Hey Yetis, Mr. Smith here. Got an update for you here, September 1st. I have a few big things going on that I want to talk about before the end of the week. So here we go. First, man, what an awesome week we have had. Orientation, getting to know your kids, reestablishing relationships with students who are coming back, and boy, did we have some fun. So, we spent a lot of time outside, socially distanced, but focused on learning who we are, what we do, and how we make a difference. I think students would tell you they all built some relationships. We certainly laughed a lot. We played with purpose, is something we talk about, gained comfort with our community, learned the rules, and I think everybody's ready to commit to the Yeti way. We've also started our coursework. So students have gone through their full schedule. They've met their teachers. They've completed their course introductions, and they've even started some schoolwork. Also, we've done a number of participatory activities even in the past 2 days while we were running our bell schedules. You can ask your students about any of these activities: the step to the line game, clapping game, physical telephone, creating a video introduction that includes some value statements, decorating their rocks with their why, their purpose, and then their connection circles. So, feel free to ask your child about what they did for those activities. Also, our online students have started. So they've started their classes, receiving communication from their teachers. Check your school email frequently for that stuff. They'll be having individual check-in meetings regularly with our online learning coordinator. Miss Amanda Wilson is going to take that on as a period in her schedule. So she'll be the go-to for all of our online students and families. And then students are welcome to participate in any of our experiential activities, if certainly if the families want to join those. Okay, so tomorrow, let's talk about what that looks like. And as a reminder, every Wednesday is a virtual day. We're also going to add in those experiential learning opportunities for our students. So let's talk about tomorrow really quickly. So first thing tomorrow, students in the morning should wake up, get breakfast, keep their regular schedule, and then they need to check their email. It is extremely important they check their email because they're going to have their details for Thursday's A Basin trip. Okay, so they're going to know what time they are going to be on that aerial adventure course, what time they need to be there, what time they need to check in, and some of those specific details for their day. And then students will have an orientation reflection assignment that'll be posted in the school's 2021 Google Classroom. They've been working in that Google Classroom this week, so they should be familiar with that. And then they'll complete any work as assigned by their teachers. Okay, so then in the afternoons, what we see here is that we're going to run 3 opportunities for experiential learning. These are optional activities. We realize that on Wednesdays, transportation can be very difficult, and it's just not easy to make some of these things happen. So know that these are optional, but we want our students to have the opportunity if they want. So if you're on the south end of the county, we're going to have a group that's going to meet at the Breckenridge Ice Rink. They're going to go to the Troll, and then they're going to hike the Blue River Trail. If you are near Frisco, the North 10-mile trailhead all the way down at the end of Frisco Main Street is where a group is going to meet, and they're going to go on a hike from that trailhead. And then if you're at the north end of the county, the Salt Lick Trailhead, which is up on that very first big turn going up into Wilderness. Okay, so all hikes will meet between about 12 to 12:15, and then a teacher will meet the students there, and they will depart for their hike at 12:15. If students need to get picked up, they can expect the activity to last about an hour. So back at the trailhead at about 1:15. Okay, feel free to contact us if you have any questions or if we can be of any assistance, but we still want to make sure we offer those opportunities to our students. All right, so then let's talk about Thursday. Thursday is our 2020 orientation celebration. In past years, you may know that we've gone to Glenwood Adventure Park, and we have celebrated the end of orientation by going there and riding roller coasters and doing the rides and things like that. So we thought it was way more appropriate this year to stay in the county, being that we don't have much bus transportation, and with everything going on, that just felt better. So we are going to A Basin on Thursday. Students are going to have an opportunity to still continue to build their relationships, build their community, do things that are fun, but maybe a little out of their comfort zone with each other that particular day. So, whenever a student's arrival, so we're going to ask all students to be in front of the A Basin ticket office at 9 a.m. Okay, so that doesn't mean pull into the parking lot at 9 a.m. Because by the time you park and walk up to the ticket office, we'll be late. So we recommend arriving by 8:45 to park, and then meet at 9 o'clock in front of the big white ticket office right there at the base of the mountain. Can't miss it. So, if the school is providing transportation to A Basin, students should come to school first. We have a list of those students, and Brenda has talked to all of you to confirm your transportation needs. If you need transportation, from the school to A Basin and you have not talked to us, please make that call as soon as possible. You can text me or call Brenda first thing tomorrow morning, please. Okay, and then we'll leave the school promptly at 8:15 a.m. to make sure that we get to A Basin before 9 a.m. Okay. All right. So at the end of the day, I know there's been some questions of like where and when should I pick up my kiddo. So students should plan to be at A Basin for the bulk of the day. Um, and so what we're going to have is students who are kind of jumping on the aerial adventure course, like this guy right here doing his zip lining in the picture. Um, that the students who are in the early group will finish up with that, and PTSO will be providing lunch, and then they can choose if they want to do disc golf or a chairlift ride or anything like that. And what we would say is, if they're in one of the early groups, the earliest we would want them to get picked up is about 1 o'clock, and they can be picked up anytime after 1 o'clock up to 3 o'clock. Okay. Students who are starting the aerial adventure course later in the morning may leave at about 2 o'clock because they're going to, if they get on the aerial adventure park at 11 a.m., it's about a 2 hour course. Okay. And then they'll get off of that at about 1 p.m. So I would plan on picking them up at around 2. Okay. Now, we are not sending students out of there early, and we certainly don't want families to feel like, oh my gosh, I have to come and pick my kid up at 1 o'clock. All students are welcome to stay until the end of the school day at 3 p.m. And, if you even want to have your child stay later than 3 p.m. because they're playing disc golf or mountain biking or doing something fun, they are welcome to stay later. But we would just ask that you give us permission to leave your child there because honestly, staff is going to leave at 3 o'clock at the end of the school day. So, there's some details on pickup. And if you need us to make arrangements and we need to get your child home or something like that, we may ask you for permission to have your child ride with a teacher in a car or something, but certainly we want to assist you and help you with any of those situations if you have them. So again, just reach out to me directly or contact Brenda and we'll get your child set up. Okay. So what are we doing when we're there? The big activity that we will be doing is a 2 hour aerial adventure park. Okay. So please know the cost of this activity. We wrote some grants and we've had some amazing donors. Thank you to those of you who have donated. And we're going to pay for this whole trip. Okay. So if you are feeling like, hey, you know what, we really want to show our appreciation, you are welcome to. Please make a donation to the Snowy Peaks PTSO. Okay. And those would be accepted. So we'll make sure that we get the money to them, or you can contact Kendall Vale directly and donate to her. Aerial Adventure Park. So it takes about 2 hours. The first group is going to start at 9 a.m. Right, and then you're asking yourself right now, how do I know what group my kid is in? You were talking about there'll be early groups and late groups. How will I know? Okay, that information is going to be in your child's email, and we will also email it to you tomorrow. Okay, so you'll have an idea of kind of when your child is on the course and when they'll be done with that course. Okay, so the first group again is going to start about 9 a.m. After that, there are going to be groups of 6 students getting onto the course every 15 minutes thereafter. Okay. Students must have a waiver, and they have asked us to remind you, please do not wear any short shorts, no open-toed shoes, and that includes Crocs. For ladies, they suggested if they don't have shorts that would be long enough to wear a harness with, leggings are a really good option as well. But you can see the person in this picture is just wearing pants, so that's certainly an option too. Okay. Other activities that students can participate in. We have a few students who are like, man, I am not getting on that aerial adventure course. We hope every student takes the risk and tries it. Um, but if they want to participate in other activities, that's okay too. All right. So, disc golf, we'll be bringing a bunch of discs that students can play disc golf. There are hiking trails there. There's a free chairlift ride to the top. They usually charge people for that, but all of our students will have access to the chairlift. There's mountain biking, but students will not be able to load their mountain bikes on the lift. They have to pedal uphill if you want to bring a bike, though. We're just going to hang out. We're going to enjoy each other's company. We're going to celebrate our community, and we'll eat lunch together in groups. We won't be able to eat all at the same time. And then last is if students want to hang out, there is a Sixth Avenue Bar and Grill. That's the name of it. We're not sending our students to the bar. Um, as I read that, I'm like, oh gosh, that's a terrible thing to share. But anyway, there is going to be an A Basin food opportunity if students want to hang out there and buy a Gatorade and sit and have some other food, I guess. Okay. So what is the plan for food? So we're going to ask that students eat breakfast before they come if they're getting dropped off at A Basin. However, we will bring a few school breakfasts with us to make sure that our students are fed in case they forget. We're going to have individually wrapped snacks for students like Cliff Bars or snack bars or granola bars and things like that, maybe some fruit snacks. So we'll make sure we have some snacks on hand, but students might want to bring their own. PTSO is going to provide lunch. I believe the plan is pizza at this time, but depending on what time we need to get that pizza, that might change to sandwiches. Bring a water bottle. It's important. It's going to it could be a long day out in the sun. And then, like I said earlier, the Sixth Avenue Bar and Grill will be open if students want to buy anything else, and they would be responsible for bringing their own money. Okay, things to remember. Miss Heflin here, ready to go. Yeah, bring your smile, bring your hat, bring your mask, wear some layers, maybe a risk taker's heart for that high ropes course. Wear some long shorts or leggings even. The shorts Miss Heflin has on right here would be perfectly fine. Bring a water bottle. Make sure that you have closed-toed shoes, and bring some sunscreen. We'll have a little extra, but it'd be a good idea if students, had some as well. Okay. All right. That's all I got for you tonight. Hope that answers some of your questions. I hope that gives you an update on what your child has been doing. Feel free to ask them about the fun activities we've been doing. And as always, feel free to give me feedback on how we're doing and could we be doing anything better or differently for your child to provide them with the best experience possible. That's all I have for you tonight, Yetis. Have a great evening, and we'll chat soon. Bye bye.